Hi, I'm Peggy Harvey. I'm the Instructional Technology Specialist in Boxborough, and I brought with me Eileen Barnett, who's the art teacher there. And we could have brought 5 other teachers because what we're about to show you is an interdisciplinary project that involved the entire team of 6th graders, 6th grade teachers, and all the 6th grade students. So basically teachers teaching 4 different subjects. Some of the work was done in library, so the media specialist was involved. And then midway through the project, it became clear that it might be fun to incorporate art too. So that's what we did. Basically, the idea was to have a plan for students to have an e-portfolio to demonstrate what they had accomplished and what they had learned with a project involving ancient structures. So I'm not going to give you all the details and all the essential questions. It was a pretty rich, well-planned out lesson by the 6th grade team. But it involved all the subjects, and the primary goal was to research an ancient structure and create a scale model. And they did that by doing research, measuring, math was involved, they had to write summaries, they had to reflect on it, and then they created an electronic portfolio to present at an ancient architecture showcase to show what they had done. So some of the requirements are here. And I won't read them all to you, but basically they had to describe what they did, include pictures, include the calculations that they made, showing how they determined the proportions of the scale model, and then build an actual structure, and you'll see pictures of those structures in a minute. Here's a couple of them. I think the top one is Temple of Zeus, and this is the Lighthouse of Alexandria, which I'd never heard of, so I learned something too. And this was what they had finally done, and you can see in the front picture, during the showcase, they had their laptops there to show their e-portfolios. And then those have also been shared electronically with people who weren't able to attend the showcase. We decided to use VoiceThread because we felt like we were able to monitor the content well, and we thought it would be a good opportunity for the students to comment independently and to reflect on each other's. Frankly, we ran out of time, so there wasn't a whole lot of commenting on other people's projects near the end, but I think that's something to shoot for next year. They included images of the structures that they found on Discovery Education and other places. They took digital photos of the completed structures, scanned pages of their calculation, uploaded their Word document, which was the ELA component where they wrote the summary. And then they recorded their voices on VoiceThread. Has everyone seen or heard of VoiceThread? Are you familiar with it? Some of them chose to type comments. So I'll show you one example of a portfolio. And I'll give you an idea of what they did. And the students worked in teams. So this is a team of 3 different students.
This is a voice thread on the Pantheon by Ethan Gruber, Dominic Marcella, and Sam Fleming.
It's on a timer, but I might just, oh, there we go.
This is our structure from a side view. Here is the hole, or as they call it, the oculus of our structure. This is our structure from a back view. This is another side view of our structure. This is a picture of the front view of the dome. This is a picture of our structure from a distance. This is a picture of our structure looking through the columns. This is a sky view of the Pantheon.
Hopefully I can make it.
measurements of the Pantheon. Without these, we wouldn't have the correct measurements to make our structure. This is the math section of our calculations.
Nice and neat, as you can see. And they were assessed on how they did their calculations.
Peggy's only a couple minutes.
Okay, so you kind of get an idea. This is the summary that they uploaded with their, that they typed in Word and uploaded. Okay, and every group created this. They also created a travel.
Thank you for watching.
Some use Word, some use Publisher. As I said, ideally it would be great if we had comments on there, reflections by their peers or by their teachers, and that part didn't happen for the sake of time. One of the reasons why I chose VoiceThread, as I said, was it's very easy for me to control the content. It's affordable, a classroom account, and next year we may go to a school-wide account. It's pretty much just $1 a student. Every student has their own account, their own login. They do not have to have an email account to do that, which is nice because our students don't. It automatically assigns an email account to them. And I handed out documents like this that explained what to do. They all had their usernames and passwords, which were unique. And then they created avatars. By default, there are icons for the avatars in VoiceThread, and that would be fun for them to create their own. So this is where the art component came in. We took digital photos of every student. They went to a website called Be Funky, uploaded those pictures, and had some fun with them. It's a free website, befunky.com. This is them working in the art room. It's a couple of examples of what they did. So the ones on the right are the avatars that they uploaded, and you might have noticed the small avatars as they were commenting on the VoiceThread that I showed you were funkified, as the kids called it. And then, as a final art project, I'll let Eileen explain what we did here. About a minute or two.
So what the kids did was I had taken a realistic photo of all of them, and then they, using Be Funky, created an interesting funkified face. And then to carry it a step further, what I did was we cut them up into strips, we made a loom, and we wove them together. So we just carried it a step further. So I'm another one of those teachers that never says no to technology. So I'm lucky.
So this was her idea. She kind of said, "What are you doing?" And I said, "Well, maybe we can bring this into art class." And the first piece was in art class. They made those avatars. We looked at a couple different websites. We chose Be Funky because it was free, and they got semi-realistic results, but they could be creative as they wanted to. And it was a simple project. Everyone finished it. Despite some technical difficulties that we did have, everyone finished it pretty quickly, and then this was a hands-on, tangible art project. So.
Questions?
Anyone have questions? No? That means we either explained it really well or...
Well, there's one back there.
That's right. Students use Discovery Education to research information, background information about the structure. They each chose their own ancient structure. So they were given a lot of guidelines, but they could choose any BCA structure. So they used Discovery Education to do the research and choose it. They had to determine whether it was feasible to actually accomplish that, to build a scale model. And then they downloaded some images from Discovery Education to put in their e-portfolios. And they also use those images to determine, because most of those structures don't exist today as they did then. So they had to look at those images to, fill in the gaps. Anything else? No? Okay, good. My battery.